ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Daily Dump! Alex Jones is unbanned on Twitter. Patrick Mahomes goes ballistic on the sidelines. NASA will lead a daring spacecraft on a world 800 million miles away.
Holy shit.
More to come on Daily Dump. How's it going, folks? I'm your host, Barry McCaw. This is my co-host, Dean Gull. This is another episode of the Daily Dump. I know you guys have been patiently waiting for this next installment, of course. How could you guys have been making it without hearing this news?
Mhm.
You know, this is groundbreaking stuff we got going on here. But if it is your number one news source, we're worried for you.
Yeah.
So
We're praying.
first thing I got for you guys here today. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you are. Mashable reports. NASA will lead daring spacecraft on a world 800 million miles away. I like how they tell us this stuff knowing nobody can verify it.
Yep.
NASA can tell me they just put somebody on Jupiter. I just go, I don't know.
Yep.
Never been to Jupiter.
You're just forced to.
I'll never go to Jupiter.
Yep.
It's basically a religion at that level.
Yeah.
They're just telling you it's out there.
Yep. And we're just forced to believe it.
I mean, what are you supposed to do about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why anybody who says, like, I believe in science, you know, like, I believe in the Big Bang, like, that, you weren't there.
No.
I mean, there's no first-hand accounts of the Big Bang. So, at that level, it's the same as a religion to me. That could just be me, you know? Another news. LeBron James, after winning the first ever in-season tournament, quoted, "Records will be broken, but one thing that will never be broken is being the first to do something."
Mm-hmm.
What's with the obsession of being the first to do something?
I don't know. I think they just like the glory that comes with that.
You're always listed as the first person. You're in the textbooks always if you're the first person to do something. But really, when you get down to it, somebody would have done it. If it weren't Christopher Columbus, it would have been somebody else. And if it weren't Jackie Robinson, the first black guy in the MLB, then it would have been somebody else.
Yeah.
I've always been confused by the first person. It's more impressive to be the last person to do something. Like, think about it. The last guy to drink a beer. Who cares about the first guy to drink a beer when you could talk to the guy who was the last one to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never understand that. And on top of that, LeBron just made that tournament. That was the LeBron tournament.
Yeah.
That was not a... What was that?
Him and Adam Silver got together, made that tournament the night before.
Then he calls him a genius. He's like, Adam Silver's a genius. In other news, Alex Jones is now unbanned from Twitter /X, as it's now called. And if Elon's message to advertisers wasn't clear, I'd say now it is.
For sure.
But here's the thing about Alex Jones, folks.
I'm kind of retarded.
Canceled again. That's what he does because that's what he wants. Every time he gets canceled, he's getting more publicity. He's getting his message out that he wants. So, and again, that's another thing I don't understand. If his opposition were smart, they'd treat him more like Bob Lazar, like just not even treat him like he doesn't even exist.
Yeah, don't even give him the time.
Don't even give him the publicity. And also, the more you try to push someone under the radar and delete their stuff off the internet, the more people start thinking he may be on something. I don't know, folks. Just don't be part of, whoever's watching this video, don't be part of this outrage and stuff because the cancel culture, first off, it's not real. And secondly, it's a tool used by people to get more publicity in reality. Look at Andrew Tate. He hasn't gone anywhere. Logan Paul, he hasn't gone anywhere. PewDiePie. Again, just don't be part of that. Don't be part of that.
Yep.
Next thing I got for you. Patrick Mahomes goes ballistic on the sidelines after a tough final sequence in the loss to the Bills. During the post-game presser, he said his anger was directed towards the refs. But we all know when he was slamming his helmet, he was pretending it was Kadarius Toney's stupid fucking face.
It was. That's a fact. And he just fucked up again this last week.
What did he do this time?
He dropped a pass with a little less than 3 minutes to go in the game. Interception. They still won, but he's walking on thin ice.
Yeah. If I were Patrick Mahomes, I would. I get it. He's a great teammate. That is a great teammate because there's a lot of people who would. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is one of those QBs who would instantly be let it known. He may not say names, but he would say, "There's someone on this team.
I need help.
I need help." Yeah.
Mhm.
But Patrick Mahomes, he's trying to be a good guy about it, and he said it himself. All we need is me and Travis Kelce. So
Yep.
we'll see. That remains to be unproven. We'll see.
Yep.
Next thing I got for you. Draymond Green is ejected in a game versus the Phoenix Suns because he right hooked Yusuf in the fucking face.
It's just,
I hit you with the double.
yeah, the same line.
The next day, it was announced he has been suspended indefinitely. But there is still hope, Warriors fans, because in that indefinite amount of time, I don't really see how y'all can play worse.
No.
And they haven't, right? It's been a few days. I mean, Steph had his first game without making a three, but they won that game.
Yeah, they did win that game.
So
yeah,
I just don't see how I can get worse for him.
Maybe Draymond bonded the team better after that.
Maybe that's what's going to be the good consequence coming out of this is by the time he comes back, the rest of the team is a well-oiled machine without him. So they can throw him out there as a missile. Like he's just out there to
a heat-seeking missile.
Think about it. You got a well-oiled machine. Let's say the other team's just got you. Y'all aren't shooting right.
Mm-hmm.
You put Draymond out there, you don't know how it's going to change the game.
Yeah.
Game wreck.
I could definitely see him going out there, just Giannis going for a dunk. He pulls him down by his back.
Like he's got 5 fouls and 2 technicals and 2 flagrants.
Yeah.
So it's a combination, right? You can get a flagrant and a tech, and you're done.
I think it has to be flagrant too.
Two flagrants and 2 techs.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I mean, folks. That guy's a missile with at least 5 shots loaded in him. So.
I'm definitely not starting him anymore. I would just let him come off the bench, wreak havoc.
With Chris Paul, too.
Be the 06 Saints, the target.
Start putting bounties on people. Steve Kerr, listen to this. We got exactly how the Warriors can win.
We're putting you on, Steve.
Next thing I got for you. Ian Gary pulls out of the UFC 296 event with the flu. That turned into pneumonia?
No.
Yes, folks. He didn't think Ian Cuckold Gary was enough. He preferred Ian the Cowardly Cuck Gary.
Ian the Cowardly Cuck.
It's like Courage the Cowardly Dog, except Ian lives in a penthouse with his wife and her boyfriend. And instead of being terrified of visitors, he's terrified of media slander.
Yeah. And the people online.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's scared of keyboard warriors and media slander. Next thing I got, it's just a sad situation actually with Ian Gary. I can't say I don't enjoy it. I love laughing at his expense, honestly.
Yeah, but you never want to put your fellow man down.
You never want to.
But if he's not willing to help himself,
he's doing it to himself, especially after this. You don't pull out of a card 3 days before. But if he's, I said this earlier when I was talking to Dean. If he's actually sick, what do? You can't pull a Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah. I think he just go out there and die.
Yeah.
And that may be biased.
Well, but listen, what do you do as an entertainer? And, as a fighter, your job's different as an entertainer. But when you get to that level of the UFC that he wants to be at, you become an entertainer. And what do the people want to see right now? Him get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see him get killed, so give them what they want to see. You know,
it's a conflict of interest.
It is
for him.
It is.
Like,
he wants to win.
He wants to go the McGregor route. In this route, it's
except
like
McGregor didn't let his wife get fucked by her.
Exactly.
He didn't take.
he didn't take the proper steps.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And now he's in this fucked up situation.
Yeah, that's for sure. Next thing I got for you, AL.com reports Walmart removing self-checkout in 2 states.
Oh,
Thank God. I've always said self-checkout is absolute bullshit. If you're going to offer self-checkout, I better get that employee discount.
Yep.
I'm doing free labor.
Yeah, you're working.
I've always thought this stuff, folks. If I'm going to do your work so you can't, you don't have to hire as many employees, I should be getting some kind of reward for that.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, I get Walmart stock. That's how they pay their employees, I think.
Really?
They give them Walmart stock, I'm pretty sure.
And they're not even working.
I I know.
We're the ones working.
They just get to wear regular clothes there.
Yeah.
I don't even have to wear nothing. No special uniform, just a vest, I think now.
Yeah. Gail Lewis is ashamed. That's why she's out of here.
we gotta do a montage every time.
And just have her popping up everywhere.
comes up. But either way, with Walmart, they've been getting free labor out of us for too long.
So who shut it down?
It just said 2 states. I didn't look into it.
Okay.
I should have done. That's on me. I'm the reporter here. I should have done more research. But it's 2 of the 50.
Yeah. Just know it's coming to the rest of the state.
Well, I hope it works out because look, the less self-checkout there is, the more cashiers there are. The more cashiers there are, the faster things move.
That was the first thing I noticed as a kid. Like, they had all these checkouts, but no employees out. And now there's all these self-checkouts.
That's right.
They're just guiding us like some cattle.
Exactly. Next thing I got for you. DP Cars on YouTube releases video titled Tesla Optimus Gen 2 Robot Unveiled.
What?
Can we stop? The thing, I'm going to put a picture of it up here. The thing looks straight out of the iRobot movie.
Oh my God.
It looks straight out of iRobot. I'm just done with these people.
Yeah.
Like it's like they want it. They want it. Next thing I got for you. Bleacher Report releases video. Rick Carlisle explains why Pacers took Giannis's game ball. This is a quote here. Because we didn't want him to have it.
Yeah.
Simple, really. Next question.
I didn't think he'd tell us the truth.
Yeah. Do you want the guy to have the ball that commemorates his historic performance on your team's head?
Nope.
That's a stupid question. Whoever the reporter is that asked that, that's a stupid question.
Especially a division game like that.
Yeah, well, he didn't want him to have it.
They're always gonna spite the other division.
Next thing I got here for you. News from the Supreme Court allows Illinois semi-automatic weapons ban to stay in place. So they voted in the Supreme Court, Illinois, also known as Chicago.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the
they have ban. I don't know if you guys know this. They have the biggest bans on weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're saying that you still will no longer be able to buy a semi-automatic. And for those who don't know, a semi-automatic is nothing special. It's just every time I pull the trigger, the gun will fire.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about it. It's very good for self-defense. That's all that I have to say about it. But, yes, Chicago. The only place you can't buy a semi-automatic, but you can get gunned down by a fully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only place where there's a few, maybe parts of California as well, but that's mind-blowing to me that I can walk into a gun store in Chicago and I can't buy a Glock. I can't buy a Glock, but then I can hear an Uzi going off.
Yeah.
That's actually insane to me.
sense.
Next thing I got for you. A new Civil War movie is being teased on trailers now. A modern Civil War movie. This isn't a blast from the past kind of thing. This is like a fiction fantasy of a civil war in today's times.
Foreshadowing?
This country's foreshadowing? I don't know. This country is at its boiling point, clearly. When your country is to the point of making movies about killing each other, I'd argue that you're pretty close to actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will still watch it.
Yeah.
The only problem I did have with the trailer is that Texas and California joined forces.
Yeah, that happened.
Highly, highly unlikely.
Yeah, so are they giving out the game plan?
I have no idea. What I think, hopefully they just have some crazy explanation that would explain why California ends up joining, you know. But as of the political climate right now, off the table.
Yeah, no way.
Everyone in Texas would gladly shoot people in California.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just being honest with you. Sorry, California. I'm sure they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't think they care.
There's maybe 2 people that are proud of California. That's Gavin Newsom.
And the homeless guy who's on heroin.
Yeah, he loves the heroin.
Yeah. And then when he runs out, he hates California. Yeah. Next thing I got for you, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk quoted saying, human population not nearly big enough. They need more. They're calling for more babies. Well, of course they would say that. How else will there be enough Tesla and Amazon slaves?
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking in the future, folks. Like if we stop having babies and we stop, and we all just start being gay, they're not going to be able to run their company.
Yep.
They need their slaves, folks.
They do need their slaves.
Have more children.
Exactly.
And make them work at Amazon. Next thing I got for you. Business Insider reports Mark Cuban takes these 3 supplements daily. I think this is the last thing I got. Yeah, it's the last thing I got for y'all today. Anyway, he takes 3 supplements, right? You know, if I guess they release this kind of stuff if you wanted to get some insight about Mark's lifestyle. Maybe if you wanted to emulate him. I get it. You want to be rich, do what the rich do, you know.
Yeah.
Well, here they are. Here's the 3 supplements if you're interested. First one, Himalayan gold shavings. That one might be hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Next one, man. Dillweed. You can find dillweed.
Isn't that in the Western movies that floats across the?
That's tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Dillweed's like the stuff that gives pickle its flavor. You know, its smell and its flavor. Well, that one you can get pretty easily though.
Mm.
Oh wait, it's Ethiopian dillweed. Okay. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe the third one's got a chance.
Hang on, was this advice to
No,
us?
this is like Mark Cuban. Like some reporter asked him and was like, "What's some supplements you take to stay healthy?" You know, like for us to know. And
Yeah.
so the third one, Sri Lankan egg whites. I guess in other words, you don't have a chance.
Yeah. It's not even a real fucking thing. He's like, they're not getting any of these anyways.
Yeah. But all right, folks, that's all I got for you. I don't know how long this video is going to end up running. I know it seems like a shorter episode to me, so. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.